Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite mother of three, bougie vintage, and today's video is a B with the T. Let's get right on into this video. So obviously, if you have not been living under a rock, then you already know that Diddy is MIA, and we're going to get into that a little later on into this video. Let's get all of the things that don't really matter out of the way. Now, I'm not saying that Cowboy Carter doesn't matter and we're going to get it out the way, but Cowboy Carter obviously did get released. This is Act 2 of Renaissance, and I most definitely had a listen last night. I was up till probably 1 o'clock, I think, listening to the album. I listened to it through and through, but I only got to listen to it that one time. Listened to every track, all the way to the end of each track, and I actually quite enjoyed the album. I can give you guys my hot take on it if you would like. Just leave a comment down below and let me know if you want to know my thoughts on every single record and how I felt in that moment listening to it, because I can most definitely do a video for you if that is what you would like. That being said, she wasn't lying when she said this is not a country album, this is a Beyonce album. Okay, that's what it's giving. It's giving a Beyonce album. It's not giving a country album at all. There is country elements to it, or there are country elements to it, but I would not necessarily classify this as a country album, even though on Apple Music it is under the country genre. It's a genre. Okay, so I like it. Is it my favorite Beyonce album? Probably not, but there were definitely a few songs on there that I was like, I'm gonna spin the block on you, okay? So, like I said, we can talk about that on another day, but I'm hoping there's visuals for this one, because girl, she didn't give us the visual last one. Unless Mother Honeybee is going to release all 3 acts and then give us the visuals for every single act at the same time as a whole other album, which would be cool. I'm not opposed to this, okay? Now, I don't work for Miss Beyonce, but it's an idea, okay? So tell me what you guys think. Tell me what your favorite song was down below, and if you want me to do a full video dedicated to the album. In other news, Miss Nicki Minaj released her press-ons. No, these are not them. These are mine, girl. But she did finally release Pink Friday nails. I did go on the website. However, I did not yet purchase. And I'll tell you why. When I found out that she was releasing press-ons, I was like, I'm interested. I want to see what she's going to come with. What heat is she bringing? And so when she finally released, I went to the website ready to fill my cart and order, but I was a little disappointed. And the reason I was disappointed was because I am definitely a nails girl, okay? So, hello. I like bling, I like length, I like short, I like long. It don't matter, right? I'll wear anything on my nails. But something that kind of gagged me was when I put something in my cart, the Kawaii set, and also it was a pink, they were pink nails, and they were stiletto, and they had like diamonds all over them, right? They were just blinged out. I put these nails in my cart with actually the French chrome nails and a few other things. I put a few things in my cart now. Okay, I was ready to check out, but I realized that on some of them I was able to choose certain options and others I wasn't, which I thought was strange because, as you know, I had a press-on business, which I still have it, but like I just haven't been working on it. But I have a press-on business, and when you go onto my website, you can select your the length of the nail, the shape of the nail, as well as the size, so the width of the nail. Now, when I was on her website, I didn't see that was available for each set. And then I also saw that because of the basic sets, so the sets that are very much plain Jane, those sets come with 28 nails. My problem with that, however, is that I'm not going to use all 28 because they're obviously sized. So pretty much you get that set, and it's at a great price point, by the way. You get the 28 nails, but then I'm going to have a whole bunch of nails that I cannot use because they're going to be either too big or too small. So it's kind of like a waste. Whereas when you order press-ons from another site, not even mine, like just any other site, and you select your sizing, because the nails are reusable, it's worth it, right? So whatever you're paying, and they're also more than likely hand painted by whoever you're buying them from. Whereas this one, I don't know the process and how they're making the nails. There's obviously a factory somewhere creating these nails for her, just like if you were to buy Kiss brand nails, right? And so for me, I don't necessarily feel like I want that, right? I don't need 28 nails. I just want 10 nails. 10 nails, okay? Like, I just want 10 nails. You know, maybe 2 or 4 spares. But, like, I don't need 28. And also, what really gagged me was when I put the nails in my cart and I went back to check something and I realized I'm not getting 10 nails. I'm getting 5 nails of the ones that I really liked, which was very bothersome to me because I'm like, why? I thought I was getting a great deal. I thought I was getting these kawaii nails for, what was the price? I think it was like 40 USD. And I was like, oh, this is great. Because I'm thinking, oh, she can sell it at that price point because supply and demand, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, she has a bulk order of nails being made so she can sell it at the price point that's going to fit her fans. But that's not the case. So I'm like, I have to add it to my cart twice. And that means it's $80, which is fine, right? But like, just market it as $80 and don't market it as an accent nails because I don't want it as an accent. I want them as a full set. So to me, I feel like the option should be there for them to give you the full set for whatever price they're going to price it at. Because on my site, there's sets there for like 25 Canadian dollars, and then there's sets there for like 80 Canadian dollars. It just depends on who you're pushing to. But the site, or the way that they're selling the nails, was a little confusing for me, so I didn't purchase yet, but I'm still going to purchase because I do want to try the nails. So let me know in the comment section below if you have been on the site and you have purchased your nails and received your nails. Oh, I love the packaging. Oh my god, the packaging, I am absolutely obsessed. You know I'm a sucker for packaging, girl. I'm obsessed with the packaging. It's very A1, very, very cutesy. But yeah, I haven't ordered anything, and so I can't really tell you guys, like, I can't give you guys a review on it. I just wanted to talk about the fact that she launched, my shopping experience on the website thus far, even though I have not put my credit card information in there just yet to make a purchase. So let me know in the comment section below if you have ordered and received your package and if you are happy with it or not. Something you guys have asked me about a lot is the Drea situation, because I don't think I've filmed a Be With The Tea since my last Be With The Tea, which was probably over a month ago now. The Drea situation to me is absolutely insane. As a 31-year-old, I'll be 32 in April. Okay, April is here, baby. So as a 32-year-old, I cannot picture myself dating anybody younger than me, much less 10 years younger. I just can't picture myself dating somebody in their 20s. Because one, I know what my mindset was at 20, and I know that men's mindset at 20 is not anything close to what a girl's mindset is at 20. So they're already stuck in the teen land, okay? And then it takes them a little while to catch up. So what do I look like dating a 20, how old is he, child? Andrea's older than me, okay? But I'm 31 saying that I would never date somebody that's in their 20s. And then she is not only dating them, she's having a baby by him. And I'm just like, girl, you're old enough to be this man's mother, because she's in her 40s. I think her kid is probably like the same age as him. Like, it's just blowing me, okay? Because it's a whole lot of men Drea could choose from, but she said her wholeness can get deleted. I mean, everybody's like, oh, he's not a kid, he's a grown adult, yada yada. No, he's really not. Like, do you guys not remember how you were at 20? Very much childish and stupid at 20. I know I was, clearly. Okay, clearly. Okay, very much dumb at 20, and to just be pregnant by this person. And then the thing about it is, the day that she had been caught at the game wearing the overalls and people said she was looking very pregnant, what did she do the next day but hop online and post a video in mint swim on the beach? I said, yeah, she's pregnant. Because what does this prove? Do we have no evidence or proof as to when this video was taken, ma'am? You could have taken this last summer, the summer before. You're not aging in the face. So we don't know when this video was taken, and it's very clear that you're trying to debunk rumors by using a bikini picture, which celebrities do this all the time, and it's very stupid. You're better off just not saying anything, because why would you do that? And then 2 months later, I don't even think it's 2 months, whatever, however many days later, you're gonna post talking about baby girl. Oh, girl. You know, I think I understand securing the bag with a baby. I think I get it, you know. But at what point do we call it taking advantage of the slow? Because if you know anything about anything, a lot of the people that end up in the NBA and football league and all these things, they was getting by the skin of their teeth in school, okay? They lucked out and or are very blessed and fortunate to be very talented in their sport. And so they don't necessarily have the wits, and so it's easy for them to be taken advantage of. Yes, he's old enough to know, you know, use a condom. They are old enough to know certain things, but at the same time, if it was a 40-year-old man with a fresh out of high school girl, because essentially that's what he is in his 20s, he's fresh out of high school, baby. Like, you look crazy. A 40-year-old man with an 18-year-old looks crazy, and a 40-year-old woman with an 18-year-old looks crazy. And I know he's not 18, but he might as well be, because up here he's definitely gonna give 17. Okay, so I don't give a damn about what his age says on paper, because in his mind he is a child, and she knows that. But it's like, child, let me just mind my business. I ain't having no more babies, and I don't need to be concerned about nobody else's womb but my own. Okay. I don't need to concern myself with anybody's womb but my own, and ain't nothing else going in there, and ain't nothing else coming out of my hoo-ha. So moving right along. Now, I don't remember if I spoke briefly or not about the Simon and Portia situation, but girl, it just keeps getting messier and messier. Obviously, you lose them how you get them, and so what Portia is going through right now is very similar to what Fallon went through when she left Simon. However, Fallon was definitely doing a lot as well. Now, we don't see Portia doing a lot. Portia's not popping up pregnant with the helps baby. You know, she doesn't have some young guy that she allegedly groomed. You know, we don't see that with Portia. However, Simon keeps doing little things that are affecting Portia, and we keep seeing it in the media. He's making it hard for her to get things out of the house. I guess in my mind, I'm like, a scammer gonna scam, baby. A scammer gonna scam. And so you lose them how you get them, because Portia had no business going over there to Fallon's house on that season of Real Housewives of Atlanta and leaving with the girl husband. She had no business doing that, okay? But it was what it was. Portia had her time. I think Portia is definitely, we already knew that Portia was a little slow, okay? We love her. I think that she's also the type that falls in love quickly and loves really hard, and she's in la la land the entire time she's in a relationship. I think that's her energy, you know. And she's a Cancer, right? So she's very much delusional. But Simon has been making it really hard for her, and like, he's even gone as far as sending a cease and desist to stop the filming of Real Housewives of Atlanta from filming in his home. According to the documents, Portia's name ain't on the deed of the house, okay? She don't have a stake nor a claim to that home, even if her mail is sent there, okay? She doesn't have anything in writing that says this is her house as well. So he can very well, now that they're broken up, do that. Is it petty? Yes. But if you don't want somebody to film at your house, they can't film at your house. If you gonna come up in my house and have your phone all out and I don't want you to, then I don't want you to. You're gonna delete that, okay? Like, that's just what it is. So I can't fault him there, but him saying that she came with gunmen to the house and he's acting all crazy, like, if she wants security, she can have security, period. Like, they're not gunmen. The way that the headline was, I thought that Portia came there with the dogs. Like, I thought she came there with the goons, strapped up, ready to go. Like, I thought it was a threat. She came there with security. Like, gunmen? Really? Oh my god. It's getting messy, but this is why it's just certain men that you're not supposed to date. It's just certain men that you're not supposed to date. Take it from anybody that's been through a crazy bestie breakup. It's just certain men you just need to, don't even touch with a 10-foot pole. Don't even go there with them, okay? Now, it's a good thing they ain't having damn kids now, because it would just be even crazier. Imagine Portia decided she was going to have PJ, a little baby sister or brother or something, and baby was Simon. Girl, it would be even crazier. I don't know if Portia was like one and done, but she definitely took her time with that relationship and decided, you know, she's not gonna bother with all that. Now in 2022, I was supposed to film 2 videos and neither one got filmed. So I was supposed to film one about Disney and one about Nickelodeon, and just, you know, the child stars from both networks and where are they now type vibes, just looking at like the decline in their lives, right? And so I never got to film that video, but obviously there was a documentary that came out called Quiet on Set, and it was highlighting the things that were happening at Nickelodeon. A few familiar faces were definitely in that documentary, and we learned about certain people's traumas, you know, some of the stars' traumas. We were also then enlightened about all of the shot jokes and just the inappropriate jokes that were on the show. And you know, as children, we would have never understood that. And I don't know about y'all, but my mama and whoever else, child, was not watching these shows with us. Okay, we were watching these shows on our own, and so our parents would have never caught that, you know. And my family was so holy. I'm coming from a Christian background. My mom and my father was not about to even catch that there was shot jokes in the show, because I don't believe that my parents have ever even watched porn. Okay, like I just don't. I don't think they would really. I think they would just think it was nasty because, you know, the booger thing, right, and the slime and all these. But they wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together because their brains are not wired that way, right? So we definitely did not catch on to those things as children, but watching the documentary, your mind is just blown because it's just like, However, I will say that I'm a big Phineas and Ferb fan, and one day I was watching Phineas and Ferb, and there was a lever there from Doofenshmirtz, and the lever said suck on one side and blow on the other side, and I said, huh? Suck and blow? And I said, am I the problem? Am I just corrupted, or is this inappropriate? Like, why would those 2 words be the words that they put on the damn thing, and the levers back and forth? Child, it was a mess. Anyway, don't remember what episode it was, but go watch Phineas and Ferb top to bottom. It's on Disney Plus, and you will see it. Now, the documentary was definitely uncomfortable to watch, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna, you know, do a review on it, you know, because obviously I've been in my TV bag lately. It was disturbing to watch, and you know, obviously a lot of the problem was the parents not listening, or, you know, not wanting to mess up their child's bag, or just being downright a pimp, if you will, you know, pimping their kid out. Though I do believe that the parents had a role to play, just like in the R. Kelly situation, and soon will be the Diddy situation. Though the parents had a role to play, there was a lot more adults there in charge that were not doing their due diligence. The documentary highlighted a lot of different things. It didn't only highlight, you know, the danger that it was for children to be in that environment, but also the women that worked for Dan Schneider or for Nickelodeon at that time, writing for all that, and the Amanda Show, I believe. Those women were not treated fairly, and there was an issue there. And so the documentary is really good. If you haven't watched it, I say, you know, go watch it. But after the documentary came out, more and more people started to, you know, either share their story because they weren't part of the documentary, or parents spoke out. And so one of the parents that spoke out was Kyle Massey's mother and Chris Massey's mother. Kyle is from That's So Raven. Okay, that's Corey. But Chris was on Zoe 101. And I think he's had a couple other shows that he's worked on for Nickelodeon. But his mother had put out a statement saying, Dan Schneider, you are awesome. You are a genius. I can't thank this guy enough for the opportunity he gave my son at Chris Massey TMB and my family. Blame the parents, not Dan. And I sat there thinking, like, ma'am, you could have just sat there, ate your food. If you wanted to, if this is how you felt, you should have texted him this, okay? Because the proof was in the pudding. Now, Dan did not explicitly get listed as somebody that did any assault or inappropriate touching or anything like that against the children that worked for Nickelodeon at the time, but there were other things that he did that he was found guilty of or accused of in this documentary, and also his sick and twisted mind as to why he would be writing certain things into children's television, and also the power that he exerted over not only the children but the other staff members that worked there as well. Because Angel Massey put out the statement in support of Dan, Chris Massey then had to put out a statement saying, "My story will be told from me, not from a parent, a friend, a co-worker, me and only me. So please stop messaging me about what my mom said. Respectfully, praying hands emoji." And I can respect this, but all I'm seeing here is that he got a story to tell. Okay, now what I did notice was a lot of the black kids were not, you know, assaulted, right? But maybe they just haven't spoken up yet. But what I did notice was that it was given racist on set, okay? So they weren't given the same opportunities as other, you know, cast members, and there was a lot of favoritism there and yada yada yada. Even like Kenan Thompson, he said it sucks that, you know, this was his peers' experience because it was not his experience. And so a lot of the black kids seem to have been protected from the environment. You know, we can say that we're happy that that's the case, but at the same time there was so many other people that were affected negatively in this environment. I think that the person that they took it the farthest with was definitely Ariana Grande. Some of the content is just it's hard to watch, honestly. Now, I didn't grow up on Sam and Cat and iCarly. Like, by the time iCarly and Sam and Cat were a thing or like out, I was kind of phased out of those kind of shows, baby. I was watching CSI. Okay, let's keep it a buck. I was watching CSI. I was watching Law and Order by that time, like, you know what I mean? And also, because I'm Canadian, we didn't have Nickelodeon unless you had satellite. I had Rogers. I didn't have satellite. So what I had was YTV, and some of the Nickelodeon shows would show on YTV, but not all of them. So you had to find, and Teletoon, not all the shows aired. So we got some Nickelodeon shows, but we didn't get all of them depending on what you had at your house. Like I said, I didn't have no damn satellite, so I didn't get to watch all the Nick shows that you guys got to watch if you are in America, and as well as if you were in Canada and had satellite. I had no Nick Jr. and I had no Nickelodeon, okay? So if I wanted to watch shows like that, I would have to watch them on YTV or Teletoon. So that's why most of the shows that I grew up on are the Disney shows, because we had Family Channel, which showed majority of the Disney shows. And even then, it would be like, oh, there's a new episode of That's So Raven coming out, right? But then come Friday, we wouldn't get a new episode. We would get a rerun because for whatever reason Canada didn't receive the episode yet, even though we saw the commercial for the episode, which was very frustrating. But that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, most of these damn kids is messed up, and that's because of whatever happened on set. Okay, they are traumatized, and nobody seemed to have offered these kids, you know, a lifeline after the show's finished. They didn't get therapy. You know, they had probably people robbing them, taking all day little Skrilla, okay? And then on top of that, they're being at work, or they're being groomed and gearing up to be. So they had a really hard time, and nobody's paying attention to that. Like the decline of Amanda Bynes was crazy and sad. And so, you know, obviously Miss Grande is a superstar at this point because she had talents outside of, you know, acting that she was able to tap into. But most of the stars don't have that, and they struggle, and they get addicted to drugs, or they're getting DUIs and all kinds of other stuff, like, or talking to underage children. So, you know, that seems to be the pattern with the Nickelodeon and the Disney stars. There is a big issue, and I think one of the things that really got the ball rolling with this situation was when Allison did the video about the Child Star to, what was it? Child Star to victim pipeline. I can't remember what her video was called, but she kind of opened Pandora's box with that one. And then of course Jeanette McCurdy and her story and her book about her mom and, you know, her experiences and why certain people leave the game and just don't come back because there was just so much that they went through that they don't even want to talk about at this point, even with their own therapist. So the fact that his mama went online and did all that and then doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down and said, she said what she said is crazy to me, because at this point you're not even listening to your kid. Like, your kid is saying he has a story. Maybe he ain't tell you, ma'am, because you are in la la land, okay? Or you were focused on the money, like I'm sure a lot of black parents that had their kids in these spaces were, because the one kid, I forgot his name, his focus was, I need to get my family out the hood. So he's on all that, and he thinks that he gonna get his family out the hood with whatever money he's making on this show. He's on TV, of course he's gonna think that. But I'm sure that they weren't even making the amount of money they were supposed to be making, especially, you know, when it came to their white counterparts, or like when favoritism started to take a toll, or when they started to age out. Like that one girl, she started to not look like a kid anymore. She started to look like a teenager, and she was developing, and so they kind of phased her out. And then, you know, she discovered Amanda Bynes at a comedy club, and, you know, Amanda Bynes kind of took over where she was supposed to be. So it was a lot, but girl, this is not supposed to be a Nickelodeon review. This is not supposed to be a Quiet on Set review, and I know you guys are wanting me to talk about this Diddy situation, so let's get into that, because otherwise we will be here all day. Let's talk Sean Puffy Combs, aka Diddy, aka Love. Girl, it is a mess. So the last thing that I talked about was how Lil Rod formed his lawsuit and certain things were getting debunked, and so I came and I talked about those things being debunked, but it just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse, okay? And up until today, I was asking the question, where is this man? Okay, where is Diddy? Because on the 25th of March 2024, as if the year couldn't get any crazier, Diddy's Los Angeles home and his Miami home were raided, okay? And they weren't raided by just anyone, child. They were raided by Homeland Security, okay? So we are talking the feds. The feds went in there, busted in there, and snatched up the kids. But Diddy was not home at the time, okay? So they had Justin and Christian under arrest. We saw TMZ footage of it. You know, I would say that Justin and Christian did not look worried in the footage at all. In fact, I believe I saw Justin laughing. There were other people in the house as well, and from what I understand, this is a common practice. If the feds bust the door down, everybody inside is getting arrested, okay? It does not mean that they're in trouble for anything, but they just put everybody under arrest. Now, what I also know is the feds are not busting in anywhere without a thorough investigation, okay? They are not going into somebody's house if they don't have proof of something. They build their case and then they lock you up. That's what it is. However, in this particular situation, things seemed strange to me only because the way that stuff was being reported, it was always very unclear as to whether they had Diddy or didn't have Diddy, because they were saying that his plane was flying back and forth between Miami and damn Los Angeles, and then they said that the plane was in Antigua. Girl, a mess. People thought that Diddy took off running and left the children behind, which is trifling, okay? Absolutely trifling. You don't leave the kids, you take the kids with you, okay? You don't leave the kids. You don't leave the kids. You take the kids with you, sir. But I get it, okay? But I get it if he thought that the kids were going to be baggage. I'm sorry. He left the kids in the house to fend for themselves, okay? Whoever tipped off Diddy that the feds were coming obviously works for the feds. Now, when that person gets caught, child, it's going to be a mess. Okay, but there's obviously some inside intel going on. This Diddy didn't just randomly start flying the plane back and forth between Los Angeles and Miami and Antigua and all these things if he didn't know something about something. Somebody tipped this man off to either get rid of stuff or that the feds was coming. Now, if you guys watch the show, My True Crime Story, this is not an uncommon thing. I was watching an episode and this lady, okay, she's like this God-fearing Christian woman. Her daughter was a little fraudster, okay? And she happened, I think, to know somebody at the church who worked for the feds. And that person tipped her off and said, they're coming into your house 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, they're coming into your house. Okay, you better tell your daughter to get right with the Lord. Okay, and so they tipped her off. So the daughter was able to, I think she put all the stuff in the neighbor's dumpster, but it was off of the property line, so they weren't able to go and search that dumpster. So they kept looking at the dumpster. They wanted to search it, but she was 10 steps ahead of them, baby, because she was covered. So it's not far-fetched that somebody inside could help the person that's about to be under fire. Money talks, okay? And that's and we know Diddy got money, okay? He's not out here broke. He has money, and I'm sure he has money overseas, and I'm sure he has money in a lot of different places that the IRS and everybody don't even know about. Okay, it's called cleaning the money. And so based on that alone, if he wants to go hiding somewhere, he can very well do that. Now, what I've seen online is that that raid was not to find evidence, it was to destroy evidence, because Diddy allegedly in this lawsuit has video footage of prominent people in the industry and outside of the industry, probably in politics, that is incriminating. And so if the feds busted in there, it was to protect certain people. Diddy just is collateral damage at the end of it, because the media is in a frenzy about the whole entire situation. Okay, everybody was trying to find out what is going on. When they busted in the house, there was footage of Diddy at one of the Miami airports. Would I say he was looking a little stressed? A little bit. Because he's probably like, what? How the hell I get myself in this mess? Why is there so much stuff coming down on me right now? Like, what is this? You know, if you've been abusing people for as long as he has been accused of abusing people, your day will come. Like, your day will come. And so I'm not surprised by any of the stuff that's happening right now, right? Because it's just like, Cassie really just opened Pandora's box. You know, apparently she had collected her check and then turned everything over to the FBI, all the evidence that she did have. And I think that is really why we are here in this moment now. If Diddy has people in the FBI working for him, well, this situation is not going to play out how most of us think it's going to play out. But I just don't, I am just kind of just watching it all go down, because like, if we compare the situation to the R. Kelly situation, I don't even think R. Kelly's situation got this messy. I mean, it wasn't so dramatic. Like, we saw the documentary, yes, but like, there's something that feels different about this Diddy situation and watching it go down in real time versus how the R. Kelly situation happened. Because the truth of the matter is, for years and years and years, people were saying stuff about R. Kelly and everybody was just like ignoring it in a way, or like a lot of it was happening before our time, before we could even understand, like the millennials, especially in my age group. When R. Kelly situation happened, I was still in my 20s. So when I was a child is when he was grooming Aaliyah, and then the P situation, right? So those things happened when I was a kid. There was no internet back then. There was no way to like go and really do your research on a certain individual, right, back then. But today we don't have that excuse, right? And so when the things came to the forefront about what happened with, you know, Sparkle's niece, it was like, whoa, like, why was everybody acting like this man didn't do that? There's video footage of it, like, you know what I mean? And so R. Kelly was out here for a long time, okay, regardless of the fact that there was video footage of him on a minor. Like, he was still you know, held to this high standard for years and years and years after that. Nobody gave a damn, because why? Because he makes good music? Like, I'm confused. And so people only started to make a big deal about it a few years ago. And even still, baby, you will be outside in Jamaica and you will hear R. Kelly blasting, okay? Like, blasting. They're not turning it off the way that it's been turned off in America, like how they won't play it on the radio in America. You will be driving by somebody and they are playing, you know, his greatest hits in their car. It might make you cringe if you are fully aware now of the situation. Like for me, that's what it does. It makes me cringe. I'm like, please turn this off. Like, please, I don't want to hear this. I don't, because now I don't know if he's singing to a 3-year-old or a woman. I don't know who he's singing to, and I don't want to know who he's singing to. Okay, like just turn it off. Like, I'm traumatized after watching the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, because it's just like, the man is a sick Negro. Like, he's sick. Okay, and so the Diddy situation, though it has a lot of similarities, and obviously based on Usher alone, we know that there's been inappropriate situations with minors. And the Diddy flavor camp, we know this. Is Usher ever going to talk about it? No, he's not. But he very well said out of his own mouth he would never allow his child to go over there to Diddy house, period, because he know what be going on over there. And he was exposed to it. To this day, he a little messed up about it. So a lot of stuff has happened over the years, and money has kept things under hush. But baby, you know when the kettle starts to boil and the lid starts flying off and it starts whistling? That's where we're at with this situation, okay? That's where we're at. Like I said, I am not shocked nor surprised by any of the things that are, you know, coming to the surface. And even though a lot of the things, it seems, in Lil Rod's lawsuit have been either debunked or explained, there's still a lot of things that haven't been. Like the guy that was shot in the bathroom by either, allegedly, Diddy or freaking Justin. Nobody's gonna be able to explain that one, child. Nobody. But if the person that was shot doesn't come forward and say, that nigga shot me, then, you know, we're kind of at a loss there. But that's not the only thing. We still have to look back at Kim Porter's death. We still have to really thoroughly dissect the Cassie situation now that there's more information being brought forward. In the raid, they seized Diddy's electronics. I'm thinking, you know, it's been a lot of time has passed since Lil Rod, you know, put out his allegations or put out his lawsuit. A lot of time has passed since then. If they didn't think to go back and wipe everything, delete everything, destroy the hard drive, if they had a lot of time. Okay, Lil Rod lawsuit came out how long ago? Cassie's lawsuit came out how long ago? They've had ample time to wipe stuff and bring it to whoever they need to bring it to get it wiped, so that there's no incriminating evidence, and maybe the FBI would still be able to find it even if it has been wiped. Girl, I don't know what kind of systems they got going on over there, but at the end of the day gonna end. At the end of the day is gonna end, okay? I love Glorilla. I'm not sure what could be on there. You know, sometimes people think that they scrubbed something and they didn't do a good job. I guess we're gonna see as things get revealed. For me, I think that things that are missing from the lawsuit that could be helpful for Lil Rod's allegations to look better are, you know, text messages between himself and Diddy, how those text messages sounded. But I must say that Torre, he definitely said, you know, this has been a long time coming, because he had a family member, and Torre is a credible source, okay? He had a family member that worked for Diddy for a certain amount of time, or for a short period of time, and that family member had to leave the job because of advances from Diddy.
I was personally disturbed many years ago, okay? I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor. Yeah. And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern. Yeah. And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said yes. And they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it. Yeah. And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say. Yeah. And I'm like, why did it end? He wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh, like this is how it goes.
Touré don't have no reason to lie on Diddy, and he also doesn't have any reason to jeopardize his credibility, you know, as a journalist to speak up on this. And he said he's never, you know, said anything about it, but he's saying something now because obviously there's a lot going on. He not surprised either by these things because he's had somebody close to him tell him what kind of foolishness Diddy got going on over there. And so everybody can't be lying. Everybody cannot be lying on you. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. We had Tiffany Red speak out in support of Cassie. Now we have Touré speaking out in support of his family member that worked for Diddy. We have Lil Rod speaking on behalf of a whole bunch of people. We got Meek Mill cooling his booty in the damn pool. I mean, it's a lot going on. Like, it's really a lot going on. I guess we do just have to keep watching it unfold, because up until today, I really thought Diddy was MIA. I was really questioning, like, where's Waldo? I don't understand where he's at. And how come these things keep coming out in the media about, oh, they raided his house, oh, they arrested his kids, but the kids were released, oh, they did this, oh, they did that, but there was no word on where Diddy was. Oh, his plane is grounded in Antigua. Like, where's Diddy? That was my number one question. And then people are talking to Young Miami because she was mentioned in the lawsuit. I don't know if people just didn't read through the whole damn lawsuit. I certainly did. So when people started going in on Miami again, I was kind of confused because I'm like, but she was in the original lawsuit. But because of the allegations of this pink cocaine, which I believe in the documents, it was called, it started with a T, but it was like ecstasy, I think, mixed with cocaine. And so this is what they're alleging Young Miami was transporting for for Diddy. And so somebody got on Twitter and posted this video of Young Miami and JT on a live, and it does sound like JT did a line right there on camera and then backed up, and then she's sniffling still. And I'm like, what the frick was she doing? What the frick was she doing? And so they said, so that's where JT getting that ish from. Makes perfect sense now. That's what they said, right? But JT responded to it because she is like, she never has done cocaine a day in her life, and it has destroyed her family. Y'all get on here making jokes about something, the words are blocked out, and giggles, and don't know people's past trauma. Stop playing with me, please. But she was also saying, I was in a halfway house when I first got out of jail, and they were drug testing me every single night, so there's no way that I could have been doing drugs, especially not no damn cocaine. Okay, the video is suspect. I'm not gonna hold you, because when I watched it, I was like, I thought she as well snorted a line and then got back in camera and was doing the right. Now I got bad allergies, okay, but like, y'all will see me do this when my nose is running. That's what you're going to see. Well, if my nose is running, okay, this is what you're gonna see on camera. You're never gonna see me lean off camera, live or not, okay, and sniff nothing, inhale nothing. It's weird. Why would you do that? Because you already know what people are gonna think. Nothing in the video did not seem like she wasn't snorting cocaine. But if she said she wasn't, then she wasn't. You know, we don't have any proof or evidence that she was. Maybe it was just weird. Doja Cat did something similar on a live one time too, and I'm like, people, and Nicki, and all of them, they have all done it where they lean off camera, inhale very heavily, okay, it sounds like they're snorting coke, and then come back on camera and are sniffling. So I don't know what to believe, but people are so diluted. And they also would like to gaslight. I'm not saying this is JT, Doja, or Nicki, but people are that damn deluded, especially if they are addicted to any kind of substance. They are so unaware of themselves that they will sit there and deny it, because what proof do we have other than this video that we don't see anything? We don't see powder on her nose, right? Like, we don't see anything. like that in the video, so we can't just be like, oh, she was sniffing coke, she was sniffing pink coke. Like, we can't do that, right? We have no proof, so she gonna deny it and we gonna say okay. Now, one thing I will say is she's done a great job of distancing herself from the tomfoolery, because obviously Young Miami is now caught up and wrapped up in this foolishness. JT came out the bin and she don't want to go back. Okay, so she's not going to associate herself with the tomfoolery, you know. And so this clip of Young Miami resurfaced where she was having a conversation with somebody. She was talking to Jason Lee, but she was telling Jason Lee that, you know, she is a whore. And she's laughing about it, but she's like, that's what she is. They paid to play. Okay, Diddy paid to play. And that's her truth and she gonna live in it. But the fact that it's resurfacing now is hilarious to me, because the internet does not sleep. The internet does not sleep. Oh my God, they are on her butt. Okay, they are just on it. They are pulling up receipts. They are doing the most to like say, you trifling, and you know you're not getting out of this one scot-free. Now JT is doing her own thing. You know, she's pretty much gone solo. The City Girls is definitely over. You know, JT just dropped a song with Doechii, and I haven't listened to the song in its entirety. This little sound clip I did hear online was doing too much for my ears that day, so I'm gonna try to listen to the song, but we're not talking about that right now. We're strictly talking about Young Miami, because to debunk the claims she has taken to Instagram and Twitter, when that is not what you do when you're in a situation like this. 1, you hire a lawyer. 2, you hire a PR person. And 3, you get the hell off of Twitter. Get off of Twitter, Young Miami. What are you doing? You're not making it any better, and I'll tell you why. They are trying to say that she could not have possibly have brought him these drugs because she was in New York when he was in Virginia. Now, somebody got in the comments and said, y'all do realize that's only a 40-minute flight. Also, you're flying private, allegedly. Thirdly, y'all were together right after that for the Met Gala. Fourthly, you can change the settings on your iPhone picture. So that is not proof that you were not where they said you were. Okay, that is not proof. I did it today. I took a picture over there at the airport yesterday. Okay, yesterday I took a picture at the airport, and today I changed the settings to Manhattan and I changed the date to April of last year. So posting this to say, oh, April, New York, is stupid as hell, because you can change the settings on the iPhone. You can put anything and anywhere. We can't use that as proof and evidence that you did not fly pink cocaine to Virginia to this man. Like, y'all are flying private. You saw him flying from Miami to Los Angeles to Miami, back and forth, and then the plane ends up in Antigua. Anything is possible. This is not how you debunk something. How you debunk something is hiring a freaking lawyer, getting your facts and evidence straight, giving it to the FBI and saying, listen, I see what y'all doing with that man, but sorry to that man. I don't know who that man is. I can see him walking down the street. I wouldn't know who he is. Okay, sorry to him. What he got going on got nothing to do with me. Yeah, I was having sex with him, but that don't mean nothing. At this point, she's guilty by association, but she needs to get her facts and evidence straight and give it to the FBI and say, y'all leave me the hell alone. I didn't transport nothing for this man. I don't know what they're talking about. But an Instagram picture ain't the way to prove that. Okay, it's not. Because at the end of the day, if she did get on a plane, her passport had to have gone through some kind of thing. And she was over there flying to Virginia and then flying back to New York to get ready for the Met Gala. Well, you look guilty. Now, we're not the FBI. But the court of public opinion right now is not in favor of Mrs. Miami. And she needs to stay off Twitter. Okay? Like, the new people don't know how to do PR the way the old people do. Usher and them, PR top tier. They are so well media trained that, like, if you ask them a certain question and they don't want to answer it, they know how to answer it and make you feel like you got an answer out of them. That's how good they are in terms of media training. That era, the new generation of people that came out, celebrities, they have no media training. They don't even have a PR people. Okay, they have nothing but Twitter fingers and hard dick and bubble gum. That's all they got. stay the hell off Twitter. Like, I can't. I can't. As if all this drama wasn't enough, Daphne Joy, who is 50 Cent's baby mama, got mentioned in the lawsuit, and 50 Cent took online to troll and, you know, harass her and call her a little sex worker. And people think that this type of stuff is funny, but it's not. And even if this is the case, right, if she was a sex worker for Diddy, or a sex worker in general, and that's how she was getting to the bag, even if 50 decides that he does not like that, you know, and he's going to harass her, and he wants to publicly shame her now, to me, it's really showing how much of a nuisance 50 Cent is. We've already known that he was a nuisance. We've only seen him apologize once, and that was to Megan Thee Stallion. Outside of that, he does not give out apologies. He's still on Tierra Marie's neck. Okay, he wants his money. He borderlines play too much, and just, you're an idiot. You know, he really skates and tiptoes that line a lot and very often. You know, sometimes I find Diddy hilarious, but other times I'm like, just know when to stop. Just please, just know when to stop. Did I say Diddy or 50, girl? I'm getting confused. All these niggas is nasty. Oh my gosh. 50, not Diddy. Sometimes I find 50 hilarious, and other times I'm just like, okay, you're not that funny. Like, he's immature. So him calling his, you know, the mother of his child, that is crazy to me. But from what I knew about their relationship was that they were never a couple. They agreed to have a child, have a baby by me, baby, be a billionaire. Like, he knew she was a sex worker, right? Like, he knew. So why is he online acting brand new? What are you mad that now she's exposed for being a sex worker and you had a baby by a sex worker? Like, I'm confused. I think he's more embarrassed for himself because he looks crazy in it, right? That's really what it's giving. And so Daphne Joy got online, blasted 50. She pretty much expressed that she is, you know, very hurt by him, and that he has in fact her and has also been physically abusive toward her. Now, there was a comment in her comment section that she did like that stated in 2013, I believe, that she took out a restraining order against him. So she's not just coming up out of nowhere. If she got the paperwork, people can't be saying she's a liar. Okay, if she got the paperwork from 2013 and has kept it real cute online, she don't say much about this man. She's just out the way raising her kid. You know what I mean? 50 Cent's doing too much, and he needs to leave that lady alone. People are catching strays left, right, and center in Lil Rod's little lawsuit, but at the end of the day, Lil Rod has no reason to put random people in there, you know, to catch strays. Right? Like, Daphne Joy is so random. He could have left her out. Young Miami, I understand, because she's like, they're right there in the forefront. I do remember Daphne briefly being around Diddy, but we also know that Diddy and 50 have been at it for years, right? 50 is a professional troll at this point, and he's always going to bother Diddy. But 50 Cent did reply to Daphne and pretty much said, see you in family court, because he's now going for full custody of the child, which like, 50, please, sir, because you didn't have no problem before. You didn't have any problem. He's only doing it to be petty, and this is very much abusive behavior. Very much abusive behavior. We're not getting behind it. Not at all. If you want to troll Diddy, I'm all for it. But leave the lady and her child alone, okay? Because if she said you only see that child about 10 times, even though she moved closer. Now, that's the other thing that kind of gagged me, because, like, I'm not moving closer to my abuser ever. I'm not doing it. She moved closer so that he could be, you know, active with the son. But then he wasn't active with the son. And, like, I don't know. I don't know. I've seen the way 50 treats his own child, his firstborn. I've seen the way that they are two peas in a pod. They need to squash whatever they got. Okay, 50 is unwell. Okay, he's unwell. He is. We can't deny that. 50 Cent is not all there. He's not wrapped too tight. Okay, he was shot 9 times. I think he was shot in the face as well. He's not all there. The man is unhinged. So I don't know what we expect from him, but I really do just need him to leave Miss Daphne Joy alone, because she really is out the way. Like, she's not bothering nobody. And what he's doing online is definitely harassment. Stevie J also wants smoke with 50. He wants to beat 50 on national television. I mean, Stevie J is going hard in the paint for Diddy and his sons and all this. And I'm just like, I think he's going a little too hard. You know, like he's got a point to prove almost. I guess because he was mentioned in the lawsuit too. But like the way that Stevie J is going and like defending Diddy, I haven't even seen Diddy acknowledge Stevie. Okay. I haven't even seen him like a photo. Okay, like I haven't seen it, so I find it really interesting that Stevie J is just like so hard in the paint, going hard in the paint for Diddy and whatever else he got going on. Now Cameron and Mace have this podcast, and the crazy thing about it is that on March 25th, 1997, Life After Death album by Biggie Smalls was released by Bad Boy, right? And March 25th, 2024, the house is getting raided. Baby, Biggie is coming back for everything, okay? Biggie's spirit said, I can't take no more of this. Diddy's not going to sleep, so I can't sit on his chest, okay? Because he's staying awake at night. I can't sit on his chest while he's sleeping. I'm going to go in another way, okay? And so Mace and Cameron were talking about how that album, as well as the Diplomats album, was released on the 25th of March of another year, and all of this stuff happened on that anniversary. Which, coincidence? I don't think not. Was there a glitch in the simulation, girl? I don't freaking know what's happening. I honestly don't, but I'm watching it all unfold just like y'all are. Now, to catch us up to present day, which is 4 days after all of this drama has unfolded, another person that needs to come off a line, he also needs a PR person, even though I think he does have one, but he needs a PR person, and he needs a lawyer. Okay, they need to all lawyer up. Christian Combs posted "Stop the Cap" on his Instagram story. What he needs to be doing is sat there in his prayer closet and hoping nothing comes back on him. Okay, that's what he needs to be doing. And he also needs to be staying off the damn internet. What do you mean stop the cap? Then we have a post of Diddy rebranding as this family man out with the twin girls. And so they went on this little golf excursion, little golf trip last night or whatever. And so this is the first like spotting of Diddy. So clearly Diddy is not in custody right now. He is not under arrest right now. I think it's strange that they would raid his house and not arrest him. This is the weirdest thing I ever seen happen. Okay, I don't know why they would raid his house and then not arrest him, unless they are collecting the evidence off of the hard drives and then are gonna go arrest him. But he's not in Antigua. He's right there in freaking Miami, and he's trying to look all casual schmadual. Okay, where is Diddy right now? He's in Miami. Where is Diddy going? Baby, that's for anybody to guess, because I couldn't guess. If I couldn't make up a story in my head about this if I tried. I don't know if he's gonna be going to jail, prison. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what the documentaries are gonna look like. But this is one hell of a saga, and I'm just gonna continue to watch it all unfold. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys are thinking is gonna happen at the end of this. Do you guys think that they went in to destroy evidence, or do you guys think they went in to collect evidence? Let me know in the comment section below. I love you all so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one.